Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. You know where I am, guys. I'm at my local dive bar working hard. So, um, quick programming notes. Everybody knows that I've been following Cody with NASCAR in his race in the ARCA series. He was in Indianapolis Motor Speedway and he started last and he got himself all the way up to 14th. So, congratulations to him. And with that race, he has now cracked the top 10 in ARCA points. That's very, very good. For a rookie in his first year, that's really good. I hope this results in him continuing to be able to get sponsorship to be able to continue his racing dreams. He has Tim Pool on for the rest of the season. I hope that him and Tim are able to cement a deal so he's able to continue racing uh, next year. So, and of course, that all depends on overall sponsorship, not just from Tim Pool, but other sponsorships. Uh, like I said, he did very well. I was very surprised. I mean, he just keeps getting better and better. I mean, so I'm very happy for him. I mean, think about it. He started dead last, and he ended up 14th. So good for him. I'm very happy. We watched the race yesterday, and did very well. And then right after the race almost like timing. Right after the race, Billy Tucci had his show where he had John's Longbox on. And John Longbox, anybody who's following, he was in a accident, and so he uh, broke his neck. He got a neck brace on, and he is going to be out of commission work wise for the next 6 to 8 weeks. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of book flip throughs from him. He's going to want to keep busy. I know he's going to have a lot of paperwork with dealing with the insurance companies on this, but I mean, that really put him behind the eight ball because he's going to have to buy a new car, and he's not a big YouTuber. He's not a big, uh, uh, not a huge streamer. Doesn't have a big, huge campaign. But I hope that he's able to use this opportunity to get on as many shows as possible. Perfect example is Andy and Dennis. They do shows during the day. I hope he's able to use this opportunity to go and be on their show. Okay, this is. I know that this part, this little piece down here, where his bow tie is black. So just hit that real quick. So, and what I'm doing is I'm just putting in the dots for the dark for the mid gray tone, and then here we go into the blending. We'll put in more dots. We'll lighten them up. So this will be white. So, but so yeah. So John was on Billy Tucci's channel. We watched it. Yes, Miss Stippling gave Billy a super chat asking where her binder is. And I was like, honey, oh God. But no, it was a good show, and he had Aaron on. Aaron revealed, and I've known this. Aaron has a secret tier out. Anybody who's already backed Kit Carter, he's going to have available a for the San Diego Comic Con. He's going to have an ashcan of his Kit Carter book, and as a form of promotion, but also a thank you to all his fans. If you got an email from him through the campaign, you were provided with a secret link to be able to get this San Diego Comic Con uh, ashcan from him, it is only $5. So you have the ability to get this ashcan, and it will then be sent to you. I have done that, and I encourage anybody who has already backed him. You have the opportunity to get something extra. It's only $5. He's not. If you use that link, you do not get charged shipping. Like I said, I've already backed, and yeah, it's $5. Boom, right there. So I'm looking very forward to getting it. And Aaron is one of. I would say Aaron, in my opinion, is one of the leaders in CG when it comes to producing quality content and delivering in a timely manner. So he does very well. And so I encourage anybody who's already backed him, go use that email link and get yourself the ashcan. So um, last night I wanted to be on John's long box. He had on Friday nights he does a show called Clobbering Time. And the concept is you pick a topic, and it's just like how when you're in a comic book store, how you might get fans like arguing over, well, who's better, Captain America or Daredevil? Well, who's better, Hyperion or Superman? And it was kind of like that. And this time, the episode was about uh, who would win between the Federation of Planets, Star Trek, versus the Empire from Star Wars. I don't look at it from well, Star Trek's got Kirk, and Kirk wouldn't do this, and he's this. I mean, and Vader's this. And no, I wasn't looking at it like that. From that, I was looking at it from a purely like military strategical point of view. And when you look at it, the Empire would win. The Empire would win because the Empire has super weapons, such as they have the Death Star, along with even you could even count the Super Star Destroyer almost like a super weapon. And then they have capital ships, the Imperial Star Destroyers. And lastly, they have snub fighters, TIE fighters, and all the variants of the TIE fighters. So even when you get into the regular TIE fighter, the TIE Defender, the Interceptor, all the different, then you have the regular TIE fighters and the TIE bombers. And the Star Trek was never designed or it was never designed to combat super weapons. And now, in isolated incidences, they encounter super weapons, but those are anomalies. We're talking about going up against, let's say, Star Trek going up against the Klingons or the Romulans. Okay, all they have is capital ships, and even so, let's not even look at from the Kirk Spock era. Let's look at it from the Next Generation Deep Space Nine Voyager, that era. Okay. Again, they still had capital ships. During the era of Next Generation, they were basically Hiltons in space. They weren't designed to handle big threats like the Empire. And even when they got into like the Dominion War, so let's use this as the example. You've got the Dominion, and let's replace the Dominion with the Empire. Okay. Again, Dominion has super weapons. They have capital ships, and they've got snub fighters. Again, Star Trek was never designed to have anything less than a capital ship. The closest thing had to snub fighters were roundabouts, and in the case of the Maquis had these like little like hand-me-down ships from the Federation that they armed and were using kind of like some of the. But again, they're not even close to real snub fighters because they had crews. They had crews of like 50, 80 people on these ships. Okay, snub fighters of a single-man ship you can have a squadron of them overpower and destroy even these small ships. Okay, it wasn't even until they got into like DS9 with them having the Defiant. I remember when they debuted the Defiant. My first reaction was, "Wow, Star Trek finally has a Millennium Falcon." That's what the Defiant was to me. Is that, oh wow, the Star Trek finally has its own Millennium Falcon type ship. But even then, that was considered like the smallest ship they had. And it was, as Cisco put it, it's a warship. But still, it's not enough. And even if you have a fleet of those ships, they can still only do so much against a wave upon wave of TIE fighters. So I really do look at it from more a military point of view, not even taking Vader or Palpatine in consideration. Like I said, I mean, they had not just from the movies, but also in the book series and the comics. Remember, they had the World Devastators, they had the Sun Killer, they had in the book Dark Saber, they had a super weapon that was built within a asteroid, I believe it was. I mean, these were all things that would wipe Star Trek, the Federation, off the face of the earth. So I stand by, very vehemently stand that the Empire would completely wipe out the Federation. Even when during the Dominion War, they still never redesigned, Star Trek never redesigned their capital ships to handle snub fighters. It wasn't until actually after the Dominion War was over, when they were doing a video game, did they design a snub-like fighter for a Star Trek video game. That was the first time they ever, and they never had anything that, and no capital ship was designed to handle and carry snub fighters into battle. The closest thing they had that could do it or would be modified would have been the Akira class, and that was a limited type of capital ship that they had designed. It wasn't it was like it wasn't super common, unlike other like the standard Intrepid class of ship, which is what they really more relied upon. I mean, they were like, we had the Enterprise D class, and you had the Excelsior class, which, I mean, honestly, when you look at a Star Destroyer with all of its snub fighters, it would make mincemeat of them. So that's where I stood with it, and I still stand by it. So I wanted to get on the show, and I was trying to use the link last night, but I just really wasn't having any luck. I mean, it constantly wanted me like, well, you got to do this, put it in Safari, and then Safari said, we can't support this link. Or it would be like, we need you to go and we need you to download StreamYard. So I wanted to get on John's show last night, just wasn't able to. So, but no, I stand firmly that it would have definitely been the Empire that would have won against the Federation. So, and I would have liked to have not necessarily Billy, but Aaron. I think Aaron, if he'd jumped on John's show, it would have been very interesting. With especially with Aaron being such a Star Trek fan. But Aaron would be, Aaron and I would have been at odds with each other, because Aaron would have been comparing classic Star Trek uh, versus the Empire. And the Empire, the closest thing that would be able to handle the Empire would have been like the DS9 era of Star Trek. And even then, I don't see them being able to win. Uh, so, but no, that's my take on it. So, but guys, you all have a great day. I know. Think of it this way, like, you know how I end my videos. John, I hope you guys will all go over to his channel, start checking out some of his videos. I suspect he'll be doing a lot of flip through books because he's going to have time on his hands when he's not filling out paperwork. So I hope he does do a lot of flip through books. So I know he once put in, I think I forget it was a show or a video or a tweet, and he was like, "What books do you want me to do?" And I immediately put in that he should do uh, DP7 because that's still one of my favorite all time favorites. Either that or I'd love to see him do a foot through and hear his opinion on the mini series of uh, Squadron Supreme. So, but that's my opinion. And if he doesn't, oh well, it just means that even if he does do those books, once I have myself set up with a computer and a mic and better camera, I'll probably start doing flip throughs. And I can guarantee you that those will be one of the first books I do flip throughs for. So I really do like those series. Part of the reason why I love them so much is because of Paul Ryan. He did such great artwork. So, guys, I got other things to work on, and I'm using this one just for these videos. So, hope you like the work I'm doing here on Jack Skeleton. So, you guys all have a great day. Remember, John's going through a lot of stress in his life, but life is stressful. Just take it all one dot at a time.